I am Indranil Poddar. I am a classical music collector out of Kolkata. I've done music criticism, I've run lectures at various universities and at the Calcutta School of Music. But at heart, I'm really a classical music collector. Today, we are all here, those of us who are listening to this video, seeing this video. Today is the 267th birth anniversary of Mozart, perhaps one of the most familiar faces in all of classical music. You see his picture on chocolates, on other merchandise, on mugs and t-shirt. He is, probably with Beethoven and Haydn and Bach and Brahms, some of the legendary figures of classical music. So, what does Mozart's music say to us, and who was he? So, Mozart was born in 1756 in a very different time. It was 18th century, a time of the Enlightenment. Europe was very cosmopolitan, and therefore music also had a lot of intermingling, a lot of influences. So from opera in Italy to symphonic music in the German-speaking areas. Mozart was born in Salzburg, which was part of the Habsburg Empire, the Austro-Hungarian Empire, and the entire area was full of noble and royal patronage, which was essential for composers of that time. Now, Mozart's music is eternal. Right, so what it really means is that as you listen to his music, your own moods, whether you are a little down, you are sad, you're restless, there is a quality in his music, something that of course only can be labeled by that very approximate term, genius, that gives you a space to just lose yourself. He was, of course, a piano prodigy. So his piano concertos and his piano sonatas are some of the most important pieces in his music. He wrote 27 piano concertos, and his piano sonatas, especially the late piano sonatas, are very beautiful. For the piano concertos, numbers 9, the third movement, of which the rondo was something where you can hear echoes of it in the BBC series Pride and Prejudice. Number 21, which was used, the slow movement was used in the film Elvira Madigan, and number 20, which is beautiful, one of the two concertos written in the minor key. The other music, of course, is his incidental and string music. His most famous piece is probably for everyone the Eine kleine Nacht music, a little night music, and lasts for about less than 20 minutes. In the old days, in the LP era, that was one side of an LP. So you had other string music or other pieces on the other side. And of course his symphonies, number 25 is famous for us because it featured in the Titan ad. But number 40, which is also in the same key of G minor, is very beautiful, the last 6 symphonies in particular. And of course, musically speaking, his biggest contribution was in opera, and his great operas, Marriage of Figaro, The Magic Flute, Don Giovanni, are masterpieces. So even if you are hesitant to get into opera, Mozart is an ideal starting point. His sacred music is also great, maybe a couple of steps away for the uninitiated, but his last piece, his Requiem, which was left unfinished, is really worth listening to. As for recordings, I would say that anything on major labels. So when you say major labels, that is the Universal side, all grouped under Decca today. So that's Decca, Deutsche Grammophon, Philips, these labels. Philips is no longer there, Deutsche Grammophon and Decca are there. So all records there. I would insist on finding out stereo recordings, right? So classical music does not have too many new issues, but any old records which are stereo and have piano concertos, eine kleine Nachtmusik, piano sonatas, the symphonies, especially 25 and 40, the extracts from the opera, as well as his Requiem Mass. These are essential listening. You'll find them on CD, of course, and also on Spotify. So I really beseech and urge all of you to give Mozart a try, and I'm sure that he will have, he'll leave a little bit of himself in your heart. He is that eternal. And happy listening.